Hello everyone, welcome to Cheongfuli Weekly Report. Here we bring you the latest China's steel market prices and analysis every week. This week, the spot price of steel fell back. Domestically, the spot price of hot-rolled coils rose by 30 yuan per ton this week, and the price of rebar also increased by 30 yuan per ton. At the macro level, the United States has begun to impose tariffs on most regions, international trade has started to be restricted, and commodity export orders in September have declined. Domestically, the anti-involution drive is still advancing, with coking coal, a raw material for steel, being the most affected, and its current price still has support. Prices of other commodities have fallen back, but due to continued policy support, they have not returned to the level before the anti-involution initiative was put forward. Due to the existence of the September 3rd Victory Parade marking the defeat of fascism, there is still an expectation of production restrictions for coking coal, steel, and other varieties. On the industrial side, the weekly output of the 5 major steel products has rebounded slightly, with an overall small change, and molten iron output remains at a high level. By product category, the output of electric arc furnace steel for rebar has recovered due to increased profits, with a weekly increase of 10,120 tons. However, the output of hot-rolled coils has decreased due to falling demand. On the demand side, the weekly apparent consumption remains resilient, with an average weekly decrease of only 6,290 tons. Demand is mainly concentrated in the plate segment, possibly because the phased restocking by downstream sectors has slowed down. This week, rainfall in East China, Central China, and the Western regions decreased, leading to a recovery in the apparent consumption of construction materials. In terms of inventory, the 5 major steel products began to accumulate inventory this week, with an overall increase of 234,700 tons, mainly in social inventory, while the pressure on factory inventory remains low. Judging from seasonality, the subsequent inventory accumulation may not be significant. To sum up, entering August, the weight of macro factors has decreased. The bullish sentiment towards commodities is not as strong as in July. Fundamentally, steel demand is in the off-season, but its resilience still exceeds expectations. In terms of profits, steel mills are still making good profits and have not yet faced significant pressure. At the same time, with high molten iron output, there is still certain support for raw material prices. Since the mainstream shipping schedules for export orders of some varieties are already at the end of August or even September, exports provide strong support for molten iron output. It is necessary to pay attention to the impact on domestic prices if export orders deteriorate in September. In addition, attention should also be paid to the reduction in supply of finished steel and coking coal due to the September 3rd parade. Looking ahead, after the fading of macro sentiment, steel prices may return to a more reasonable level. For procurement, it is currently recommended to purchase only as needed. On the institutional side, the sentiment against involution has eased, and expectations for positive feedback trading have cooled down. As the time for the Beijing military parade draws near, attention has recently been focused on the production restriction situation of steel products in Tangshan. Given the strong policy support in the near term, there is no bearish outlook on prices. In summary, steel prices are expected to fluctuate at a relatively high level in the near term, with price expectations having been revised. For specific varieties, recommendations include rebar, billets, etc. Okay, feel free to leave your thoughts, questions, or any related inquiries in the comment box below. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to follow us for more updates. See you next week.